Good morning, all of you wonderful people out there. Just want to take a minute to reflect on you and your state of being. And I hope that your state of being is calm and collective, and that you are, ready to receive information and can just leave your thoughts, a little bit in the background. Allow yourself to breathe. Be at peace, and so you can connect with me and really understand the information that I give today, which I believe is very important for our times. I'm going to talk about the rapture, or Ascension, as there's a split between spiritual New Agers and this whole group, and then we have the religious Bible-based Christian group which calls it the rapture. Keep in mind, these are the same exact thing. There is no difference between these except for an opinion about what they are. Neither group has it perfectly correct, but we're going to kind of coalesce them. The rapture is a frequency game. So, heart-based frequency is the only way for you to ascend through the rapture. And this is not going to be an event. There is no going to be taking up into heaven, for heaven is in the now. And there's going to be a splitting of worlds based on frequency. You may have to leave your family behind. Jesus said that he did not come here for peace. He came here for war. He came here to cause separation between people, because he was trying to separate frequencies so that he can allow as many children to go into the higher frequencies as possible by separating frequencies. At this time, it's not our job to save people from their frequencies. If somebody is not getting it, they're not understanding this ascension, they do not care about spiritual things, love them as much as you can and be nice. But if they don't understand, you're gonna have to let them go and let God, because they have their own path, and their own path is just fine where it is. We can't destroy our frequency and our energy trying to save people that aren't ready. Just like when religious people always wanted to try and save me, I could feel the energy of them, and their energy was that they were scared themselves of hell or of God's wrath, supposedly. So they're just projecting that onto me, and it can be felt. So if you're afraid for your family that they're not getting it, they're gonna feel that, and it's gonna be a little anxious to them. It's gonna be a radical shift for people to understand that God is bigger than a religion, and that if Jesus could talk to Christians today, he would just look at him and say, "Can't you understand that God is bigger than your group that you've created about me? It's a group. It's not the truth. It is a group that was made on earth by humans. A following." When Christ said to believe in me, he was talking about his teachings. To believe in what he was teaching, which was unconditional love. For Jesus was a frequency master. He was able to transmute frequency. All frequency that comes at him, he could harbor in a way that he could stay divine and stay himself, and allow his frequency to push off into others. That's why when Jesus said, "Somebody touched my cloak, I could feel energy leave me." He was a frequency holder. He emitted light. Our job now is not to need Jesus in order to ascend, for Jesus can't ascend for us. He can only point the way, as he did. It was vastly misunderstood, but that's why you see depictions of Jesus. You see they have his heart on fire. It's the heart center, because he was a frequency holder, just like Krishna, just like the Buddha or the awakened one. Our job is to hold frequencies now, and if you can look to the God that you believe in, if you don't believe in frequency, look to the God you believe in and ask, I want to be shown the truth of this ascension through frequency, and understand it, and it will be shown to you, because it's a whole different ball game. God can only talk to you through your concepts, and if your concepts are deeply religious, you're blocking out a lot of God's messages. You're blocking out a lot if you're holding on to stories that you had been told, and stories that have been regurgitated, or stories you've conceptualized out of the Bible that mean a certain thing. If you're holding on to that, it's going to be very difficult going through these times, because it will seem as if the whole world is leaving the faith, or the whole world's gone mad. But in reality, they're actually finding the truth of, you know, of this ascension. We are in a global rapture, and it's not going to be, like Jesus said, not going to be seen with the eye, for the kingdom is within. Once you understand that your frequency will take you to heaven, then you stop worrying about if God wants you in heaven, or if you're worthy, or if you've prayed enough, or if you've figured it all out and you're right with Jesus, or you've gotten rid of bad relationships that weren't for God. That's not how God works. It's all about frequency, and it's about your heart center. Your mind is a servant of your heart. If your heart is being a servant of your mind, you are being a slave to sin. And sin is the missing the mark. It is the not getting it. The only way to get it is to perceive with your heart. The magnetics of the heart already know where to go. It's only your mind that's saying something different. So if you want to make it through these times, which of course you're going to make it anyways, I'm just saying, if you want to make it smoother, adjust your frequency, your state of being, and know that anything that comes up in your life that triggers your state of being to go shaky, that is a point of growth. That is a point for you to ascend past, to be raptured past that lesson. It's not to punish you, and God's not mad at you because your life is a little up and down. The whole point of this is to be a master of your state of being. And once you become a master of your state of being through unconditional love, that the same unconditional love Christ used to master his being here on earth, is using your heart center to do so. We must understand that there's a connection between all the teachers, and for people to deny the connection, it is because they are afraid of changing their belief systems, because they've been told that there is a heaven and a hell. The idea that there is a hell that people go to for eternity completely contradicts most of the Bible. So to say that there is a eternal hell that God tortures people in forever is contradictory to God's nature in the first place, which, even though it's just, hell isn't just at all. Even for sinners, because sinners are growing children as well, just like any other sinner. I'm not here to give you any sort of belief system or fanatics. I'm here to tell you the current state of our reality, and we are going through global ascension, which is a vibratory frequency game of energy, and to navigate it, one must hold their state, or allow the state that is occurring to happen, so then they can learn from it, and hopefully move into a more passionate, caring, loving state, so that you can move with the collective in the right direction. Very soon you'll be seeing a huge split in our world. This split will be between the high frequency holders and the low frequency holders, and the difference between them will be very obvious. You'll see one person in the street that's losing it, and then the next person is enlightened and is holding the heart frequency. It's up to you where you want to go from here. But your belief systems, how you think of God, the name that you call God, matters none. It doesn't matter. Your whole point is to love and master the frequency of making sure you love every aspect of yourself, and that you can move through this reality in a state of transmutation of all energies into love. Once you can do that, you're already on your way. The ones that don't make it are families or friends that don't get on the boat, and they get stuck in their fear, in their box, in their mind. they're not gonna die and go to hell, so don't worry about them. They'll be okay. It's part of their path, and it's part of their growth as they've agreed to for their spiritual journey. They will, of course, after this life, go to another existence, and in that existence they will be able to work out all of the kinks and figure out their own mastery with a lot of help from other beings as well. So all is well, all is peaceful. The rapture, ascension, it's not mythical, it's not scary, it's not a concept. I gave you concepts, rapture, ascension, but that's not the truth. The truth is multidimensional and multi-layered. And so no matter what I tell you in English, I can't tell you the exact truth because God is multidimensional. So there's many different perspectives that I could give you from all sorts of angles of what is taking place. The only thing that we need to keep our eye on is our heart frequency. You literally move to new realities. You move to parallel earths when you change your frequency. You are moving timelines. And if you don't agree with that, or if you think that sounds new agey or anything like that, that's okay. I understand. Again, lots of concepts are confusing, but when you move out of your mind and you perceive with the heart, you don't put any type of meaning in concepts anymore. I could say one word and somebody can call me a liar, but then they listen to me explain that one word has various meanings and I just use it so that people can understand, and then they're like, oh, well, I apologize for calling you a liar. People are so stuck on words and concepts. Like, I could say ascension is happening, and somebody could say, well, that's was invented by Satan, and it was a cult, and it was invented at this time for this purpose, and you're going to go to hell or something. I don't actually follow any type of belief in ascension. I follow the present moment in the current energetics of my being and my connection to source. And my connection to source says we're going through an ascension, a planetary, vibratory ascension into higher dimensional realms, also known as heavenly realms. The ones that go to the lower dimensions for learning, they're going to experience a type of hell, but it's their self-created reality made out of their own density and karmic lessons they must learn. So there will be a split of a type of a heaven and hell. It's your choice to which one to go to, but the ones that go to the hell, they're still going to make it to heaven because they're going to learn in their density, and eventually they'll come out on the other side and they will remember it all and remember who we are and remember why we came here to learn all this. So there's the truth of the rapture and ascension. And if you guys want to know how I know this, or what book did I read? I didn't read a book, and I didn't learn it from anybody. I've learned it from many sources that were synchronistic with the one source that is my heart center. So my heart center put out the call, and then other sources show that call was true. And so my heart center knows what's happening, and I want everybody to come along with me so we could raise the vibration, raise our heart center, and be a heart master as Yeshua was. Namaste, and you guys have a blessed day, and take care. Me and my fiance, we actually have a huge mission we're trying to do of going to Canada to grow food, and we're also going to be doing lots of different ventures to help our lost souls out there, and many people that are stuck in depression and addiction and stuff like that. And I want to get them out of there, and I want to help people, and I want to make people happy and healthy. So if you guys want to support my mission to do so, and give me an exchange of your energy for my efforts, I would love to take that type of support. You guys can do that at gofundme.com/natureslight. Take care, and you guys have safe travels in the now.